Hey guys, welcome to another plugin tutorial, and today it's on One in the Chamber. So the match will start in 20 seconds, so I'm going to do this quickly. Here is a GUI for voting for a map. Here is the kit's GUI, and finally there is the hub item. So you can configure all of this in the config as well as in game. You can make new maps. So the only map that I've made is Candyland. You get some when you buy the plugin off Spigot. And let's go once the grace period has ended. So here we go. I am given one of the kits, and here it indicates how many lives we've got. So LT Jim falling out the world, that's not good. Let's see if we can see him. There he is. So I've set some spawn points in here, and there's a really nice effect when you actually kill someone. So that's pretty cool. And above the head it says how many kills you have, which is really cool. So I'm going to get LT Jim to kill me. So it says he's got 1 kill above his head. Here we go. Where is he? There he is. So LT Jim, 1 kill. Okay. So I like that you get a diamond spade. That's a nice touch. Spawn him in again. There he is. So it's not that powerful, but you can still kill people with it. Because if you get rid of the arrow, that's it, it's gone. Until you kill someone again, then you get it back. So there are a decent amount of these plugins. This is probably the best one I've found. You can configure all the text as well, which I will show at the end, and the config file. So let me just respawn them again. Oh, we've won. So the server restarts, and then people can vote for a map and play again. So that's cool. And you can change min-max players, how many kills you need to win, how many lives you have, all in the config. To create a map, you need to switch into admin mode. So let's do that now. Admin mode on. And if you want to get rid of that, you can obviously change the on to an off, and it will go away. So switch that off when you want to play a game. So then if we switch to game mode 1, so we can fly about and find a good place for the lobby. So here's a good place. So if we do 1 and then set lobby, that will set the global lobby. And if we do 1 again, this will show us all the commands. So it's pretty simple. We can do 1, create, and then the world name. So I downloaded the map Candyland, or if you're English, Sweetland. I believe this is maybe on Hypixel's server. I'm not sure though, I saw it on the thread somewhere and just downloaded it. I'll leave a link to the download because it's a pretty cool map. I like the use of stained clay and other materials like quartz. So once we're here, we can do a couple of things. So we can actually rename it to something. So 1, set name, and you can even use capitals, which I do like, Candyland Arena. Or something. Not sure whether spaces are allowed, but I just put it like that, just to be safe. So you know what Java's like. And then you can do 1 or O, and then set spawn. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can just go around spamming this command, just everywhere. Or you can choose a particular spawn, like spawn number 4. And if you didn't like that place, you could change it to spawn 4 there. Or maybe even up here, which is pretty cool. Make sure it's a number, not with a hash. So yeah, that's how you create the spawn points. Pretty simple. And finally, up here we're going to set the spectator spawn, and that will be it. Set spec spawn. There we go. So 1 done, and that's how you do it. So you can now take off admin mode, as it says. You can now leave and rejoin, and you'll get all these items, and then you will be able to play. So I would suggest stopping the server and restarting it so it appears here. But yeah, you should get about 5 maps, is it, I believe, on the Spigot page. You get 5 free maps with it, which is pretty cool. So here we are in the One in the Chamber folder, and we get these 3 files. So the top one is the arena file. We don't really want to be changing anything in here. This is just coordinates and other bits and bobs. So leave this alone unless you know what you're doing. So you could just remove arenas like this. Be careful though, because if you add a space or tab somewhere, that will set lots of errors happening. So yes, we can save that. And if we go into the language folder, this is pretty straightforward. You can change text that appears. You can change the color depending on what your server is about. So I like plugins when they do this, because we can change it to maybe LT Jim's Arrow Shootout or something better than that. That was awful. But something I learned, if we go to find and replace it. So if we go to replace and grab and C like this, and we can replace it with and B. So this is sort of a light red and this is a cyan. So if you click replace all, it will replace all of these with the correct color. So that's pretty cool. You can just do this, get all the colors you want depending on what color is in your server. So that's quite nice. And if we go to the bottom, here are the 3 kits at the moment, and you can change the kit names and the description in the lore, but I'd probably leave that alone. So up here you can change the bar message if you use the bar API, so you can change that if you want, and that should be lives really. Let's go into the final config file, which is the most important because this has everything that you need to config. So MySQL, I never touch any of that. I have no idea how it works. And you can change the kit sorts here. So if you know the IDs, you can just swap them in and out, and yeah. Then we have the lives. Depending on how many games you have and how long you want games to be, you can change that. So 5, that's a nice number. Minimum players, depending on your server size, 2 or 3. Game time, yeah, pretty straightforward. Waiting time once all the players have joined, I turn that down to about 30 seconds because 120 is a bit too long. And then we have the grace period, so where people can run about. And yeah, so you can change the hub item, which is pretty cool. You can get rid of voting if you really want to. So yeah, this has everything. And prefix colors. So I don't know whether I actually typed in chat, but if I did, it was yellow. I don't really like that yellow, so I'm going to change it to cyan. There we go. And you can obviously disable chat. And movable items, I'm going to say false, because people, yeah, I'd leave that as false because it's just better. And vault, if you've got a server with a shop where you can buy new items, you can add that. So yeah, pretty simple way to configure, just changing different values. Pretty easy to set up and just a cracking plugin. Yeah, so if any of you are interested, this is how I edit. I use Sony Vegas. Just drag them in, change the volume of the background music, and then render it. So render as, let's see what render settings I use because I don't actually know. 720 at 30p. Okay. So I would use 1080p, but my internet is so slow, you don't understand. 0.8 up at its best, so I usually get like 0.6 or worse. So yeah, we can do a couple of things. So I want to make sure the background music's not too loud. But yeah, let's end the video. Subscribe, like, comment. You can buy the plugin from the Spigot website. Link in the description for the plugin and the map. And I will see you next time.